The massive gouges in the cedar are unmistakable. An adult Amur tiger is hunting nearby, and the deer knows it.
If you're ready to explore the life of Russia's incredible big cat, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more wild discoveries.
Base, this is Ranger 3. We have visual confirmation of tracks at grid reference 45B. Proceeding with caution.
They say you can live your whole life in tiger country and never once see a tiger. We move like shadow and whisper, silent, unseen, utterly precise. Tigers rule this place. We sit at the top of every food chain. Tonight, a tigress pads through frost-stiff grass, hunting. The math is cruel. For every 10 attempts she makes, she curls her jaw around prey only once. Her quarry has advantages she can't buy, speed honed by constant danger. To catch such fleet-footed lives, a tiger must close the gap until wind and breath betray her. Camouflage can carry her only so far. The deer listen with more than ears. This time, the herd's alertness saves them. The tigress halts, conserves energy. She must. Winter is coming, and 2 cubs depend on her. Her cubs are nearly a year old, 1 male, 1 female. They are still soft around the edges, still learning the hard ledger of hunger and skill. Their mother is a seasoned hunter. Because of her, starvation is not imminent. But learning is unavoidable. Soon they will have to step into the world and make their own kills. 1 solid meal a day can be the difference between life and the long, slow failure of cold. In Russia's Far East, 20 below Fahrenheit nights are not exceptional. For millennia, the Amur or Siberian tigers have prowled the southeastern slopes of Russia. 14,000 square miles here have been set aside as refuges. They call this place Tiger Paradise. The forests burst with the lives we hunt, wild boar, sika deer. My lineage has moved through these trees for generations. We are a streak of tigers across the land. These preserves are the last wide rooms we can call our own. Some 600 of my kin survive in the Russian Far East now. As dominant male, I share my territory with several females. One of them is the mother of the cubs I watch from a distance. Soon, those cubs will be driven to leave, to find new ground. The young male must wander like a nomad until he discovers his paradise. Once, not long ago, our numbers were nearly erased. Humans took our cubs for zoos and circuses. Teams with guns and traps cut down adults. Our population dropped to maybe 30 animals. Today, things are different. Protection and persistence have altered the story.
The signal is stabilizing. It's definitely coming from over there.
Okay, let's go.
Researchers now thread cameras and listening devices through my forest. They study our habits because we are charismatic megafauna. They want to know how we talk to one another, how cubs learn to kill, how much room a tiger truly needs, and how often we mark the world with scent. Camera traps blink in the dark, catching silhouettes and whispers of our lives. 80 years of education and protection.
It's measuring nearly 15 centimeters across the pad.
That is significantly larger than the average Bengal. We should report this.
Have helped my species rebound. But each step forward came with sacrifice. We are still few. The forest is still vast. Every tiger holds a kingdom in its paws. Each kingdom must be large, so large it takes days to patrol. This land is too rugged for crowds, too cold for farms. It's a sanctuary for those who can survive it. Humans rarely come here, except those who protect
Dispatch, this is Ranger 2. Trap secured at Sector Gamma.
Moving to the next location.
us. They walk our trails, measure our steps, and listen to our silence. They carry with them the weight of our history. They know we walk a thin line between survival and silence. Tonight, the forest sleeps under a skin of frost. Even the river's slow, wrapped in winter's grip. A stag approaches the water's edge, careful, alert. His caution is earned. Predators need him more than he needs the water. A tigress watches him, body lowered, tail still. Her cubs are close, half hidden in brush, learning. She inches forward, every muscle calibrated. The stag lifts his head. He senses danger, not from sound, but from the way the world pauses. Then, an explosion of movement. The chase is pure physics, mass versus speed. The tigress lunges, too late. The deer vanishes into white. The tigress stands, breath steaming, accepting the cost. Winter arrives, sudden and white. My son steps into the season with new hunting skills to trial. Snow presses on every scent. A single misstep drains calories and hope. Deer are reflex and flight. A faint change in wind can betray a predator. If they smell my cub, if they see him, escape is done. He will learn the brutal math of effort versus reward. Some days he fails. Thousands of miles of forest seem enough for a young male to carve out a life. But territory must be free of older, wilder males. We patrol like kings, spraying, rubbing, scraping to stitch borders in scent. Our markings are a guardrail, do not cross. A young challenger must move on or die trying. By December, the rivers freeze. Ice seals travel and opens new chances for hunters and trapper alike. Climb will set his baits, sable, fish, berries, medicinal plants, and he will not bother my kind when he can help it. Respect survives where human and tiger customs align. Handful of us take the land seriously. One female and I might each take down 60 or 70 animals a year: deer, elk, wild boar. Climb studies where we are, I study him. This place remains rare, a stretch where human and tiger conflict is low. Both have learned a fragile detente. Killing a tiger is taboo among his people. Killing a pine is not. Over time, his people were pushed deeper into the mountains, just as we were. Our fates are braided, both of us hungry to keep our sovereignty. Now one of my females moves with the certainty of a huntress. She knows how to find exactly what she needs. A lone young deer drifts away from the herd. Perfect. The strike is clean and brutal. Powerful jaws finish the pulse. She must hide the carcass beneath brush to keep scavengers from stripping the windfall. Arctic cold preserves meat like a natural chest. What we catch can feed forest neighbors for days. Crows squabble at bones, foxes lick marrow. The carcass becomes a brief economy. Meanwhile, my son wanders west, still chasing a place to settle. He crosses beyond the preserve boundary and the scents change. Strange noises, strange light, and the smell of people. Losing timber and habitat at the edges could spell doom for us all. A curious village dog sniffs the wind, picks up the scent of a feline trespasser, and alarm spreads. The dog's baying alerts humans. The young male experiences his first real brush with civilization. He is lucky this time. He slips away. Not every tiger escapes. Year by year, human life marches deeper into the wild, and each contact teeters on the edge of tragedy. The black market still hungers for pelts and bones. Greed and fear never sleep. In Katushka the next morning, the town wakes to more losses. Another dog snatched. Kolpak's team moves fast. They build a profile from tracks and hairs and camera images. One particular female keeps showing on film, young, nervous, apt to take chances. The town sets a trap that will send a radio alarm to the team. If all goes well, they will dart and relocate the animal to safety far from trouble. The forest holds its breath as man and animal play the old, fraught game. She's hit with a tranquilizer dart. Her world tilts, and for a moment she surrenders to sleep. The team will move her west to a wilderness area, away from the village. She may not live as long as she would in the wild, but at least she will be alive and far from the knives of panic. Spring always reclaims the land. Understory frogs, neon blossoms, and the river basin's green flush resurrect the forest's chorus. Life swells again, and with it the hope that conservation works. The young male, however, is drawn downstream by scent and by luck. He finds an unclaimed valley. No other males stake a claim here. A young female lives nearby. Territory, prey, and potential companionship arrive like a gift. Nature has handed him a second chance. Woodland thick with boar and deer, no rivals, fresh snow-soft den sites, and the bright possibility of a family. Welcome to the neighborhood, son. Where great predators flourish, the system hums. Trees and shrubs produce fruit and needles. Birds and small mammals thrive. The boom of pine cones and acorns fills the forest with life and promise. Protecting tigers protects everything else. Amur leopards, lynx, grouse, and people who still listen to the old rules. Over decades, we have watched many species rebound. The comeback is not accidental. It is a knot of law, science, and local knowledge. My son's risky journey paid off. He navigated hundreds of miles through valleys and ridges, past traps and towns, until he arrived at a valley with no other male to challenge him. His luck and skill have given him a start. A young tigress eyes him across the undergrowth. Paradise has, for one tiger at least, opened its gates. Not bad at all.